Let's dish out some awards, shall we? Also, don't forget to go to our website, yourunpodcast.com, where you can record us a message and get a play on the air. You are now listening to the You Run podcast, the only horror movie review podcast completely run and controlled by you, the listeners. You choose the movies. You score the movies. Heck, you even review the movies. This is not my podcast.
You Run Podcast.
I've had to listen to every other episode.
You Run Podcast.
You fell asleep for a section.
I fell asleep for a minute.
Let's go on.
This is going to be a fucking riot.
That's right. It is a riot. And it's going to be out of control. Out of my control. You run the show. All you need to do is go to our website, yourunpodcast.com.
Just make sure you fucking listen, okay?
You want to die tonight?
Hello, my name is Scott, and welcome to the You Run podcast. I'm your host, and each week I take you through the movies you have asked me to review. Well, that's what happens normally, but this is not a normal episode. This is a special bonus episode that I have put together to thank all of my guests and all of my listeners for my first year in podcasting. There has been so many ups and downs and so many highlights and so many things that have happened over this last year. I felt it only right to commemorate it. So welcome to the You Run Podcast Awards. I'm sorry, I promise I will not play any more of that cheesy, terrible music on this show. Let's get into the first award. So the first award is for Worst Movie of the Year. And the nominees are A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake.
Fuck you.
Ooh, sounds like fun. It's a little fast for me.
Seed of Chucky.
He is a boy, god damn it!
Alien versus Predator.
Took me a week to get back to the world.
Yes, I told Mr. Weldon that.
He said he didn't have a week.
Jason X.
Hey, you want a beer?
Or do you want to smoke some pot?
Or we can have premarital sex.
We love premarital sex.
And Sharknado.
They took my grandfather. So I really hate sharks.
And the winner is Seed of Chucky.
Yes! In your face, lady!
Well, as if it could be anything else, that is, honest to God, the worst horror movie I have watched since this show began. It outstrips Sharknado, it outstrips the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, all of them. It is hands and feet above in the worst category possible. So congratulations to Chucky. Well done. There is no doubt that this show is super fun to make, and I absolutely love making this show. That doesn't say it doesn't come without its challenges, and it does. And one of those biggest challenges is editing. So here are the nominees for the hardest episode to edit. Season 2, Episode 6, The Evil Dead Review with Wednesday Wine and Horror.
Shit for the whole, the homosexual innuendos or whatever.
Season 2, bonus episode, 1BR with Naomi Grossman and Alok Mishra.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that seems to be kind of what casting likes to do with me.
Season 2, Episode 8, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Review with Hilton Ariel Ruiz.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it is right. It's a good feeling too, because then you feel like you're.
Season 2, Episode 10, Halloween Review with MW Horror Reviews.
I have no speeches prepared. I'm just sort of coming in with my information and verdict. Die-hard Michael Myers Halloween fan.
And finally, Season 3 bonus episode, Scream Review with many, 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 many guests.
Hey, it's Kim and Tyler.
I'm Lisa, and I will be your host.
We are the Horror Friendly Podcast.
My name's Elise. I'm Horror Review Girl.
My name is Heather. I host the show Wednesday Wine and Horror.
My name is Veronica, but you may know me as Horror Viking.
I am and have been Robbie Horror.
Hi, Imitation Dave here.
Time to either make me shine or make me look like a fucking moron. Over to you.
Oh, I couldn't be happier to be taking on this role.
Hey everyone, this is Lady Crisis.
And the winner is Season 3 bonus episode Scream 3 review with many, many guests. That episode was, without a shadow of a doubt, the most work I've ever put into editing an episode. About 16 hours in total to edit all of the clips together and make it a cohesive show. And still to this day is one of my favourite ever episodes. So thank you everybody who contributed to that show. As I'm sure you've noticed, the music that I'm using for these awards is the music from Save Me, which is our weekly quiz on the show. It's not been our only quiz though. We've had many quizzes in the year we've been running. So we started off with Horror Not Horror, where you were given a quote from a movie and all you had to do was tell me whether it was a horror movie or not a horror movie. We then moved on to Purge or Play. And now Save Me, which is the only quiz that is still unbeaten. And that leads me into our next category, which is Best Quiz Performance. And the nominees are Season 3, Episode 9, Robbie Horror. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Robbie Horror making my really, really hard quiz, Purge or Play, look like it really wasn't really hard at all. Season 3 finale, Katie, Chantel and Charlie, the horror-friendly podcast.
Leprechaun!
You have scored 10 out of 10. You saved all 3 purges. Season 4, Episode 8, Horror Review Girl, Elise. Don't forget you can walk away, you're in first place. I don't think there's any shame in being leading the pack.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and walk away because I quite like being first place.
And the winner is the Horror Friendly Podcast. It couldn't be anyone else who could have won this. Robbie Horror's performance in his showing was outstanding. And so was Horror Review Girl. But the only people ever to decimate, and I mean decimate, a quiz on this show was the Horror Friendly Podcast. They answered every single question, didn't use a single purge, and set a perfect score. They performed so well that I had to bin the quiz and create a new one. So congratulations to the Horror Friendly Podcast. They are the winners of Best Quiz Performance of the Year. Now, I'm rattling through these awards fairly quickly, and the reason for that is I want to tell you all about Season 5 and give you a little bit of a preview of what's coming. But we're not there yet, so bear with me. We've got a couple of awards left to go, and the next award is for Best Movie I Have Reviewed this year. I've reviewed some incredible movies this year, and it was hard to narrow it down, but I narrowed it down to 4 movies, and these are the 4 movies that made me the happiest to watch them, but also made me the happiest to review them. So here are your nominees for Best Movie of the Year. Shaun of the Dead.
It's not I don't want to spend time with you, because I do. It's just Ed doesn't have too many friends.
Can I get any of you cunts a drink?
Scream.
Like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Jaws.
We know all about you, Chief. You don't go in the water at all, do you?
Some bad hat, Harry.
And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
If I have any more fun today, I don't think I'm going to be able to take it.
And the winner is Shaun of the Dead. For me, Shaun of the Dead is the perfect horror comedy. It is the perfect movie. It cannot be faulted. I cannot pick holes in it. And I absolutely love it. Not to say that I don't love all of the other nominees, and I don't love that. I've reviewed Halloween, I've reviewed The Exorcist, I've reviewed some cracking movies this year. But the one that really done it for me was Shaun of the Dead. It's a movie I always go back to, and I absolutely fucking love it. I cannot get enough of that film. So that is my movie of the year that I've done on the show. Moving into our next category. So our next category is one that I struggled to put this together because I was concerned I might upset some people who'd been on the show. This category is for most out of control guest on the You Run podcast. I've had some very interesting guests. I've had some guests with some incredibly strong personalities, and I narrowed it down to 3. There was 3 guests who were pretty wild and didn't need necessarily reining in, but they definitely made me work on the episode. So your nominees are Heather Stillman of Wednesday Wine and Horror.
I wasted all my fucking time to see you, and like I'm starving, and all I want is like some food and a glass of wine.
Naomi Grossman.
I mean, he's so over the top, and then you slip on a banana peel and you do this and you do that, Oh, you cheeky bastard.
Kim from Hey Kim and Tyler.
Everything about it was just terrible. And just leave it as a murderous clown. That's the part you thought was stupid.
And the winner is Heather Stillman of Wednesday Wine and Horror. Heather, I love you to bits, but my God, you go. And when you go and you go on a tangent or you have a rant and a rave, you are out of control, lady. Absolutely out of control. You're always welcome, and I love the fact you're out of control, but my God. Thank you, Heather, for being my most out of control guest. You make every time I record with you an absolute delight, and you keep me on my toes because I have no clue what you're going to say at any given time. Heather, you always have a place on the You Run podcast, and you will be back in season 5, but I'm going to talk about that later. Before I do that, let's get into our next category. So our next category is Best Imitation. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, Imitation Dave has this one in the bag. But I promise you, you're going to be very, very surprised. Dave has got a lot more competition than you think. So here are the nominees for Best Imitation. Me, Dokkan, Dream Warriors. We're the Dream Warriors! Charlie, Katie and Chantel, the horror-friendly podcast. Freddy Krueger.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Katie, from the horror-friendly podcast. Brad Pitt.
What's in the box?
Horror Review Girl. Annie Wilkes.
And I'm your number 1 fan, Mr. Man.
And finally, Imitation Dave, with many impressions.
You want to die tonight? Do it. Do it now. Hey, Scoob. We're on the radio, bro. Zoinks. Raggy. You're on Rugrats. Buddy, you son of a bitch.
And the winner is Imitation Dave. As good as all of the other impressions were, minus my Dokkan Dream Warriors, Dave is the king. He can do so many voices, and he just wows me every time he sends in a message. Even sent in a message to our first true crime episode. Dave, you're an absolute legend. You will always be part of this show. You will always be part of our intro and our outro. Thank you so much for everything you do for the show. You, sir, are a star. So we're now into the 2 final awards of today. Let's call these the big awards. So we've got the award for most listened to episode, and then guest of the year, which, I'm not lying, was so difficult to choose. I had so many incredible guests and guest co-hosts this year. To pick one was almost impossible. And if I'm honest, I got a lot of help to pick the winner for that. But first of all, let's do the nominees for the most listened to episode of the year. Season 3, Episode 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street with Lady Crisis.
Yes, I did. I started, well, I'm actually a graphic designer as well. That's what I had my first degree in. So I still kind of do that on the side. And I started doing some school counseling shirts, and it really took off for me. And I was like, well, why don't I tap into, something I really love, which is the horror. So I created a little merchandise website for that as well.
Season 3, Episode 8, Halloween Kills with Elise, horror review girl.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to, actually. I just think it's a bit of nervousness whenever you watch a new Halloween movie. Is it going to be good or not? But I thought it was really good, really different. I thought it was really brutal, though. I thought it was a lot more brutal than other Halloween movies.
Season 4, Episode 5, The Exorcist review with MW Horror Reviews.
Blown away. I thought it was amazing. I mean, obviously, I've seen The Exorcist itself, the sections with the actual exorcism and stuff. I've seen that plenty of times before. You can't really unavoid seeing things like that on the internet and stuff these days. But all the build-up and everything to that point, I don't think I've ever seen.
Season 1, Episode 5, Paranormal Activity. And if your trailer for a film is video clips of people watching the film and screaming and crying and cuddling and hiding behind coats, then it's normally a pretty good sign that it's going to be a good film. Season 3, Episode 6, Beetlejuice with Horror Viking.
Well, I'm trying to figure that out, but I think I haven't been having a lot of luck with it, so I just need to go to more haunted places.
Season 4, Episode 7, Psycho review with Josh from A Nightmare on Woodsboro Lake.
Their horse and buggy got decapitated and the guy goes running off in the cornfield, and I was just so intent watching the screen that when he gets hacked up by the horseman, my aunt grabbed me from behind and I jumped, swear to God, 10 feet in the air.
And the winner is A Nightmare on Elm Street with Lady Crisis. That episode absolutely blew me away. When I released the episode with Lady Crisis, the review of A Nightmare on Elm Street, my numbers for the first time ever just shot straight up. I get a lot of listens to this show, and there's lots of you who listen week in, week out, and I know that because you all message me and you talk to me. But that episode was the first one that absolutely blew my mind. I'd had high numbers, but that one just skyrocketed. And even now is still picking up regular listens. So a huge thank you to Lady Crisis for helping me deliver our most listened to episode. And now it's time for nominees for Guest of the Year. Now, when I decided to do Guest of the Year, I was very nervous because all of my guests this year have been incredible in their own way and brought something unique to the show and helped the show grow and brought their followers and their audience to my show as well. So to narrow it down and pick one of you is incredibly difficult. And I spoke to lots of people, guests and listeners, and also to Lisa to get advice on who they think should win Guest of the Year. Now, when I had my very first guest, it was my son Kane, and he came on and he reviewed Predator with me. And then my latest guest has been David Day from Horror Movie Talk, and we reviewed Constantine. Now, the guests I've had in between that have been outstanding. So we've had Movie Man Jason and his wife. We've had his wife Vicky. We've had Heather Silman from Wednesday Wine and Horror. Hilton Ariel Ruiz, director of Zombie with a Shotgun, Mark from MW Horror Reviews, Alok Mishra and Naomi Grossman, Lady Crisis, Kim and Tyler, Horror Viking, Imitation Dave, Elise, Horror Review Girl, Robbie Horror, Charlie, Katie and Chantel, the Horror Friendly Podcast, Skellington Fan, Video Tasties, Josh from A Nightmare on Woodsboro Lake, Ian from Podcast of the Damned, and even my own wife Lisa. Now, to pick between you is almost impossible. But there is one person who has done a lot that none of you have seen, who works tirelessly behind the scenes to help me develop the show. This person has also made the most appearances of any guest on the You Run podcast. They've been on numerous episodes. They've appeared on my YouTube as well. They've also done live reviews for me on Instagram live. They've been involved in so many different ways, and that person is Mark from MW Horror Reviews. Mark has made a total of 10 appearances on the show. He spends hours and hours working on the show behind the scenes, where he doesn't get recognised. No one sees that he does that, but he does. Mark will be joining me in season 5, and he will be my full-time co-host as we enter a season with double the amount of episodes, more guests than ever before, and it's going to be an incredible new step in the journey of the You Run podcast. So here is a quick prequel of what you can expect in season 5.
Get a little bit of gasoline. I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn. Let's go. Get a little bit of gasoline. I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn. Let's go.
We are going to be joined by some of your favourite guests in season 5. Lady Crisis, Robbie Horror, Horror Review Girl, Wednesday Wine and Horror, Skellington Fan. But not only that, there's more. We're going to bring you some new guests like Tom and Joe, Spaceman and the Doll podcast, Where's the Horror Section, Mr. Tazzy, Ghost Note, the OG Shape, to name but a few. We're also going to have some surprise guests that pop up throughout the season. Free Word Reviews also returns. We've already been polling movies, so we know we've got It Chapter 1, Terrifier, Resident Evil, Creep, Freddy vs. Jason, Drag Me to Hell, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Those cheeky listeners have been at it again. They've only gone and given us a fact about the movie. As always, our weeks are themed and we've got lots of polls left to go, like slasher sequels, Virgin Week, number 2s, Where It All Began, Off to Wed. And we're also going to announce now our bonus episode, which is a franchise head-to-head. Wow, that seems a bit premature. But before we get to all of that, before we start the season, me and Mark have got a very, very, very special episode planned for all of you. What is it? What is it? What is it? Tell me now. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. What is it? Tell me. Tell me. Earlier this year, me and Mark got to pre-screen a movie that is not released yet. It will be coming to streaming services later this year, and me and Mark, for our first episode together as joint co-hosts, will bring you a review of a brand new movie you've not seen. And not only that, we'll interview the director and the star of the film, which is due out later this year. Holy shit! That is big news. Big, 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 big news for the You Run podcast. Season 5 is packed from start to finish, and I can't wait to share it with you all. It's coming. It's not far away.
So hard, I gotta pay. I can make that pay.
Thank you so much for spending the time to listen to our award ceremony. listen to me ramble on. Thank you so much for listening every single week. I love you all, and I can't wait to be back in season 5.
I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn. Let's go. I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn.